"You're nothing but dead weight," he said, sliding the termination papers across the desk with a smirk that made my blood run cold. "I'm Dr. Marcus Reyes, 52 years old, a veteran of the United States Air Force and the lead engineer who designed the quantum stabilization technology that turned Horizon Dynamics from a struggling startup into a $50 million tech innovation powerhouse. My journey began long before Horizon Dynamics existed. After serving 12 years as an aerospace systems engineer in the Air Force, specializing in advanced propulsion technologies, I transitioned to civilian life with a doctorate in mechanical engineering and a head full of innovations that the military had deemed too experimental. The scars on my left arm, a reminder of a testing accident in Afghanistan, were more than just physical marks. They represented the resilience that had defined my entire career. I remembered the day I first met Robert Hartley Sr., the founder of Horizon Dynamics. It was at a technology conference in San Diego 7 years ago. I was presenting a theoretical paper on quantum stabilization in mechanical systems, a concept that could revolutionize everything from aerospace engineering to medical equipment. Most of the audience looked confused, but Robert saw something different. He approached me after the presentation, his eyes gleaming with the same passion for innovation that had driven me through my military career. "This is more than a theory," Robert had said, his hand on my shoulder. "This is the future." Within 6 months, I had joined Horizon Dynamics, leaving behind a promising position at a government research facility. The company was small then, just 12 employees crammed into a converted warehouse in San Diego's tech corridor. But Robert believed in pushing boundaries, in taking risks that other companies would never consider. My patent, U.S. Patent 9047-562, became the cornerstone of Horizon's success. The quantum stabilization technology allowed for unprecedented precision in mechanical systems, medical robotics, aerospace components, advanced manufacturing. My innovation touched industries I had only dreamed about during my military days. Robert had been more than just a CEO. He was a mentor, someone who understood that true innovation comes from respecting the people who create it, which made what was happening now all the more painful. Trevor Hartley, Robert's 32-year-old son, and the newly appointed Chief Operations Officer looked at me like I was an outdated piece of equipment ready to be discarded. Fresh out of an MBA program and with precisely 0 engineering experience, he had been gradually restructuring the company since his father's retirement 6 months ago. "The board agrees," Trevor continued, his designer watch glinting under the office lights. "We're looking to bring in fresh perspectives. Your technology was groundbreaking 7 years ago, but we need to move faster now." I'd heard this speech before, not just from Trevor, but from young executives who mistook enthusiasm for expertise. My military training had taught me something they would never understand. Innovation isn't about speed. It's about precision, about understanding every single component of a system. The termination papers looked clinical, sterile. One paragraph that would erase 7 years of dedicated work, of building something revolutionary. They were offering 3 months severance, a joke considering the value my patent had brought to the company. But what truly stung wasn't the money. It was the complete disregard for the human behind the innovation. I thought about my team. Jennifer Rodriguez, our lead prototype engineer who had helped me refine the quantum stabilization technology. Marcus Chen, the brilliant young programmer who had translated my theoretical models into actual code. They were more than colleagues. They were the heart of what made Horizon Dynamics special. Trevor wasn't finished. "We're restructuring the entire R&D division. Your approach is too slow, too conservative." The irony wasn't lost on me. Conservative? I had tested experimental propulsion systems that most engineers would never dare to approach. I had survived situations in military testing that would have broken lesser men. My phone buzzed. A text from Jennifer. "What's happening? Are you okay?" I looked up at Trevor, my 25 years of combined military and civilian engineering experience condensed into a single measured gaze. "You have no idea what you're doing," I said quietly, not as a threat, just a statement of fact. Little did Trevor know I had something he couldn't understand, something beyond patents and corporate politics. I had a network, I had principles, and most importantly, I had a plan. The termination was just the beginning of a story he was not prepared to hear. The coffee shop on La Jolla Boulevard had been my sanctuary for years. Run by Maria, a fellow veteran's wife, it was a place where silence spoke volumes, and every customer had a story. I nursed a black coffee, my hands wrapped around the mug, the same hands that had designed breakthrough technologies and repaired complex aerospace systems. My phone vibrated. "Jennifer again. We need to talk." An hour later, we sat in the back corner of the shop. Jennifer's eyes were a mixture of anger and concern. At 35, she had been my right hand in the R&D department, understanding the nuanced complexity of our quantum stabilization technology in ways few others could. "They're dismantling everything," she said, sliding a folder across the table. Internal documents marked confidential showed a systematic breakdown of the R&D department. Trevor was not just restructuring, he was systematically destroying the technological foundation I had built. I remembered the day I first developed the core patent. It wasn't in a pristine laboratory or a corporate think tank. It was during a mission in the remote mountains of Afghanistan, where our communication systems kept failing in extreme conditions. Sitting in a makeshift tent surrounded by radio, equipment that seemed more likely to explode than communicate, I had sketched the initial concepts of quantum stabilization on a torn military briefing document. My military background had taught me something crucial. Survival isn't about having the most resources. It's about understanding the system, identifying its core vulnerabilities, and creating solutions that others can't see. "They've already started replacing our custom-built testing equipment," Jennifer continued. "Trevor's bringing in consultants who have no idea about the intricate calibrations we've developed." I knew exactly what that meant. Our quantum stabilization technology wasn't just a patent. It was a complex ecosystem of engineering solutions that took years to perfect. Each adjustment, each calibration represented hundreds of hours of meticulous work. My phone rang. Walter Greenberg, my old military liaison and now a senior consultant at the Department of Defense, was calling. "Marcus," he said, his voice gravelly with years of classified communications. "Heard about Horizon Dynamics. Interesting move." Walter wasn't one for small talk. If he was calling, he had information. "The military's been watching your patent," he continued. "There are applications in next-generation defense systems that Horizon hasn't even realized. Trevor's about to make a massive mistake." The conversation lasted 27 minutes. By the end, I had a clearer picture of what was happening. Trevor wasn't just restructuring. He was systematically destroying a technological infrastructure that had taken years to build, without understanding its true value. My mind drifted to my late wife, Elena, a brilliant software engineer who had always told me, "Marcus, your greatest strength is seeing the entire system, not just its individual parts." She had died 5 years ago from cancer, but her wisdom continued to guide me. I made 3 phone calls that afternoon. The first was to Harold Mitchell, a retired patent attorney who had helped me navigate the complex world of technological innovation. The second was to Douglas Reinhardt, my old commanding officer who now ran a venture capital firm specializing in defense technologies. The third was to a few select former colleagues who understood the true depth of our technological innovations. By sunset, a plan was taking shape. Not a plan of revenge, a plan of preservation, of proving value in a world that had forgotten what true innovation looked like. Jennifer looked at me, understanding dawning in her eyes. "You're not going to let them just walk away, are you?" I smiled, a smile that had survived combat zones, technological challenges, and personal losses. Some patents are more than just pieces of paper. They're legacies. The quantum stabilization technology wasn't just my intellectual property. It was a testament to years of research, of pushing technological boundaries. Trevor might have the title of COO, but he had no idea of the storm that was about to be unleashed. My phone buzzed again, an email from the patent office, a routine notification that would become anything but routine. The game was about to change. The Mitchell & Associates law offices occupied a sleek building in downtown San Diego, a far cry from the military briefing rooms I was accustomed to. Harold Mitchell, a silver-haired attorney with piercing blue eyes that had seen countless patent battles, spread the documents across his mahogany desk. "Your patent is more complex than Trevor realizes," Harold said, adjusting his reading glasses. "The quantum stabilization technology isn't just a single patent. It's a constellation of interconnected innovations. I had brought every single document, research notes from my military days, initial sketches, development logs, testing reports. Each page represented a piece of a technological puzzle that had taken years to solve. The folder was a chronicle of innovation, marked with coffee stains, marginal notes, and the occasional burn mark from late-night research sessions. Douglas Reinhardt arrived precisely at 2:15 p.m. His military posture hadn't changed in the 15 years since we'd served together. Where I was methodical, Douglas was strategic. Where I designed technologies, he understood how to deploy them. "The defense sector is watching Horizon Dynamics," Douglas said, cutting straight to the point. "Your technology has applications far beyond what Trevor understands. Precision medical robotics, aerospace stabilization, advanced manufacturing. Each domain represents millions in potential contracts." Jennifer had prepared a comprehensive report. Side by side with our original research, she had mapped out the potential applications that Horizon was about to abandon. It wasn't just about proving our worth. It was about preserving a technological legacy. My mind drifted to the testing facility in the Mojave Desert. I remembered the countless nights spent calibrating sensors, running simulations that pushed the boundaries of quantum mechanical understanding. Each failure was a lesson, each breakthrough a testament to persistence. The military had taught me something crucial. True innovation isn't about having the most resources. It's about understanding the entire system, identifying its vulnerabilities, and creating solutions that others can't even imagine. "We're not just fighting a corporate battle," I told Harold and Douglas. "We're protecting an entire technological ecosystem." The strategy began to take shape. Harold would handle the legal complexities of the patent. Douglas would leverage his defense industry connections. Jennifer would continue documenting the full potential of the technology. My phone buzzed. A message from an unexpected source. Robert Hartley Sr., Trevor's father and the original founder of Horizon Dynamics. "We need to talk," the message read. 2 days later, I sat in Robert's study. Unlike the sterile corporate offices of Horizon Dynamics, this space was filled with engineering models, technical journals, and photographs documenting the company's journey. Robert looked older than I remembered. His hands, once steady and strong, now trembled slightly as he poured 2 glasses of scotch. "Trevor doesn't understand," he said quietly. "Innovation isn't about speed. It's about depth." He slid a document across the table. A confidential report detailing the potential military and civilian applications of our quantum stabilization technology. Applications that Trevor was about to dismantle in his rush to modernize the company. I built this company on innovation, Robert continued, not on quarterly reports or investor presentations, on solving problems that others thought were impossible. The conversation lasted 3 hours. By the end, we had a plan that went beyond simply protecting a patent. We were going to demonstrate the true value of technological innovation. Jennifer had been working around the clock. She had compiled a comprehensive report showing how our technology could be adapted to solve critical challenges in medical robotics, aerospace engineering, and advanced manufacturing. "We're not just defending a patent," she told me during one of our late-night strategy sessions. "We're defending a vision of technological progress." Douglas brought in Colonel Michael Ramirez from the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA. A meeting was arranged at a nondescript government facility in San Diego. The presentation was meticulously prepared. Every slide, every technical diagram represented years of research, of pushing technological boundaries. We weren't just presenting a patent. We were presenting a vision of technological innovation that transcended corporate politics. As I stood in that conference room, surrounded by military researchers and technology experts, I realized something profound. This wasn't about proving Trevor wrong. This was about proving that true innovation has no expiration date. The quantum stabilization technology was more than a patent. It was a testament to human ingenuity, to the power of persistence, to the belief that breakthrough solutions come from understanding complexity, not from superficial quick fixes. My phone vibrated. A message from an unknown number. The first shot had been fired in a battle that would reshape the technological landscape. The DARPA facility looked like any other government building, nondescript, utilitarian, with security that would make most military installations look casual. Colonel Ramirez had arranged a comprehensive technical review of our quantum stabilization technology, a moment that would determine everything. I arrived with a briefcase containing more than just technical documents. Inside were years of research, failures and breakthroughs that represented my entire professional journey. Jennifer stood beside me, her technical expertise a complement to my decades of experience. The review panel consisted of 6 individuals, 3 military researchers, 2 civilian technology experts, and 1 independent patent reviewer. Their combined experience spanned multiple decades and technological domains. They weren't just evaluating a patent, they were assessing a potential technological revolution. My mind drifted to the origins of this technology. It wasn't born in a pristine laboratory or a corporate think tank. It emerged from necessity, from countless nights in remote military outposts where communication systems failed, where precision meant the difference between mission success and catastrophic failure. The first hour was technical interrogation. Each panel member drilled into specific aspects of the quantum stabilization technology. They challenged every assumption, every calibration, every theoretical foundation. This was more than a standard patent review. This was a crucible of technological validation. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, a quantum mechanics expert from MIT, zeroed in on the most complex aspects of the patent. "Your stabilization algorithm," she said, her voice crisp and analytical, "suggests a level of precision that challenges current understanding of quantum mechanical interactions." I explained the breakthrough. During a military communication mission in the Hindu Kush Mountains, traditional stabilization technologies consistently failed. Extreme temperatures, electromagnetic interference, and altitude created a perfect storm of technological challenges. The initial concept emerged from survival, from the need to create a system that could function where others would fail. Jennifer supported my presentation with additional technical documentation. Years of testing data, simulation results, and potential application models demonstrated the technology's versatility. medical robotics, aerospace engineering, advanced manufacturing. Each domain represented a potential technological transformation. The second hour focused on practical applications. Colonel Ramirez played a series of demonstration videos, robotic surgical systems using our stabilization technology, aerospace communication modules that maintained perfect signal integrity in extreme conditions, manufacturing robots performing precision tasks with unprecedented accuracy. Trevor had called this technology outdated. The panel saw something entirely different. They saw a breakthrough that transcended traditional technological boundaries. During a break, Colonel Ramirez pulled me aside. "The military has been looking for this type of innovation for years," he said quietly. "Your technology solves problems we didn't even know how to articulate." The afternoon session became a turning point. What began as a technical review transformed into a strategic discussion about technological innovation. The panel wasn't just evaluating a patent, they were exploring a new technological paradigm. My phone vibrated. A message from Robert Hartley Sr. "How's it going?" I typed a brief response, challenging everything. The final hour was unexpected. Instead of a traditional review conclusion, the panel began discussing potential collaborative research opportunities. DARPA, several leading research universities, and private technology firms expressed interest in further developing the quantum stabilization technology. Dr. Rodriguez approached me after the official review. "Your approach," she said, "represents a fundamental shift in how we understand technological stabilization. This isn't just a patent. This is a new technological framework." Jennifer's eyes were bright with excitement. Years of work, of believing in a vision that others had dismissed, were being validated in real time. As we left the facility, the California sun casting long shadows across the parking lot, I realized we had done more than defend a patent. We had challenged an entire corporate narrative about innovation, about the value of experience, about the importance of technological depth. My phone rang. Harold Mitchell, our patent attorney, his voice urgent. "We need to talk, now." The next phase of our journey was about to begin. The quantum stabilization technology was more than a patent. It was a statement, a declaration that true innovation has no age limit, no corporate boundary, that breakthrough solutions emerge from persistence, from understanding complexity, from refusing to accept conventional limitations. Trevor had tried to dismiss me as obsolete, but obsolescence is a choice, and I had chosen something different. Innovation. The conference room at Mitchell & Associates felt more like a war room than a legal office. Spread across the massive oak table were documents, patent filings, technical diagrams, and a series of strategic plans that would make a military intelligence briefing look simplistic. Harold Mitchell had a way of making legal documentation look like a sophisticated battle plan. "Horizon Dynamics is vulnerable," he said, tracing a line through a complex organizational chart. "Trevor's aggressive restructuring has created multiple legal exposure points." Douglas Reinhardt had brought detailed market analysis. The quantum stabilization technology wasn't just a technical innovation. It represented a potential multi-billion-dollar market opportunity across multiple industries. "Medical robotics alone," Douglas explained, highlighting a section of his report, "could represent a $1.3 billion market opportunity within the next 3 years. Trevor is about to walk away from a goldmine without even realizing it." My phone buzzed. A message from Jennifer. "Got something you need to see." An hour later, we were in her home office. Walls covered with technical diagrams, multiple monitors displaying complex simulation data. Jennifer had been meticulously documenting every aspect of our technology's potential applications. "Look at this," she said, pulling up a series of comparative charts. Our stabilization algorithms provide 372% more precision in medical robotic applications compared to current industry standards. Trevor doesn't understand what he's about to throw away. The story of our technology wasn't just about technical specifications. It was about solving real-world problems. I remembered the military missions where communication systems failed, where precision meant the difference between mission success and potential catastrophe. Robert Hartley Sr. arrived, unexpectedly. Unlike his son, Robert understood innovation wasn't about quarterly reports or superficial modernization. It was about solving fundamental technological challenges. Trevor thinks technology is about speed, Robert said, examining the technical documentation. But true innovation is about depth, about understanding the core challenges that others overlook. He shared details about internal Horizon Dynamics meetings. Trevor was planning a complete restructuring of the R&D department, essentially dismantling the technological infrastructure that had made the company successful. He's bringing in consultants who have no real understanding of our core technological capabilities, Robert explained. Graduates from top-tier business schools who understand spreadsheets but not engineering. The strategy began to take shape. We weren't just defending a patent, we were protecting an entire technological ecosystem. Harold had discovered multiple legal vulnerabilities in Trevor's restructuring plan. Contractual obligations, existing research commitments, potential intellectual property violations. Each document was a potential weapon in our technological defense. My military training had taught me something crucial. Strategic success isn't about overwhelming force. It's about understanding the entire system, identifying vulnerabilities, and applying precise, targeted interventions. Jennifer had been reaching out to former Horizon Dynamics employees, a network of engineers, researchers, and technical experts who understood the true value of our innovation. Each conversation revealed more about Trevor's destructive approach. He's treating the R&D department like a cost center, one former senior engineer told Jennifer. Not understanding that innovation isn't an expense, it's an investment. Douglas brought in additional resources, connections with venture capital firms, technology investors who were becoming increasingly interested in our quantum stabilization technology. Each meeting revealed more potential applications. This isn't just a patent, one venture capitalist said after a detailed presentation. This is a technological platform that could transform multiple industries. The DARPA review had been just the beginning. Conversations were now happening at multiple levels. Research universities, government agencies, private technology firms, all expressing interest in our innovative approach. My phone rang. An unexpected number. The caller ID showed a Washington, D.C. area code, Dr. Reyes. The voice was official, measured. We'd like to discuss your quantum stabilization technology. Trevor thought he was modernizing Horizon Dynamics. In reality, he was about to witness a technological transformation that would reshape entire industries. Innovation has no age limit. Experience has no expiration date. And some technologies are too important to be discarded by those who don't understand their true potential. The next chapter was about to begin. The legal summons arrived on a Tuesday morning. Horizon Dynamics was attempting to preemptively block any potential patent claims, a desperate move that only confirmed the vulnerability of their position. Trevor's strategy was transparent. Intimidation. Suppress the innovation he didn't understand by burying it in legal complexity. But he had fundamentally misunderstood the nature of true technological resilience. I spread the documents across my kitchen table, the same table where Elena and I had discussed countless technological breakthroughs during her final years. Natural light filtered through the window, illuminating the legal paperwork like a spotlight on corporate desperation. Harold Mitchell arrived within hours, his briefcase an arsenal of legal counter-strategies. "They're overreaching," he said, scanning the documents with a practiced eye. "This is more about preventing your testimony than actual legal merit." Douglas Reinhardt had been quietly mobilizing a network of technological and military contacts. Each conversation revealed more about the potential of our quantum stabilization technology. Medical research centers, aerospace engineering firms, advanced manufacturing facilities, all were beginning to understand what Trevor was about to discard. Jennifer had been meticulously documenting everything, every email, every technical specification, every potential application became part of an increasingly comprehensive narrative of technological innovation. "They don't understand," she said during one of our strategy sessions, spreading out a series of technical diagrams. "This isn't just a patent. This is a technological framework that could transform multiple industries." The DARPA connection proved crucial. Colonel Michael Ramirez had been quietly advocating for our technology within military research circles. What began as a technical review was transforming into a potential national security discussion. "Your stabilization algorithms," Ramirez explained during a secure video conference, "solve communication challenges that have been plaguing military systems for decades. This is more than an innovation. This is a strategic technological asset." Robert Hartley Sr. had been gathering internal information about Horizon Dynamics. Trevor's restructuring was more than just corporate mismanagement. It was a systematic dismantling of technological capabilities that had taken years to build. "He's selling off research assets," Robert revealed during a private meeting, "liquidating decades of technological development for short-term financial gains. The board doesn't fully understand what's happening. My military background had prepared me for precisely this type of strategic challenge, breaking down complex systems, identifying core vulnerabilities, creating targeted interventions. These were skills honed through years of military service. The legal battle was just one front. We were simultaneously building a comprehensive narrative about technological innovation, about the value of experience, about the importance of understanding technological depth." Jennifer had been reaching out to former Horizon Dynamics employees, a network of engineers, researchers, and technical experts who understood the true value of our innovation. Each conversation revealed more about Trevor's destructive approach. "He treats technology like a commodity," one former senior engineer told Jennifer, "not understanding that true innovation is about solving fundamental challenges, not just generating quarterly reports." The quantum stabilization technology represented more than a patent. It was a technological platform that could transform multiple industries: medical robotics, aerospace communication, advanced manufacturing. Each domain represented a potential breakthrough. My phone became a strategic communication device. Conversations with researchers, government contacts, potential investors, each interaction built a more comprehensive understanding of our technological potential. Harold was preparing multiple legal strategies: patent defense, potential countersuit, strategic disclosure of technological capabilities. Each approach was carefully calibrated to expose the fundamental flaws in Horizon Dynamics' legal approach. "They're hoping to bury you in legal complexity," Harold explained. "But complexity is where we excel. Every document, every technical specification becomes a potential weapon." Douglas brought in additional resources: venture capital connections, technology investors who were becoming increasingly interested in our quantum stabilization technology. Each meeting revealed more potential applications. "This isn't just a defensive strategy," one venture capitalist said after a detailed presentation. This is an opportunity to redefine technological innovation. The DARPA conversations had opened multiple potential collaboration pathways. Research universities, government agencies, private technology firms, all expressing interest in our innovative approach. Trevor had fundamentally misunderstood the nature of technological innovation. He saw technology as a commodity to be managed, not a complex ecosystem to be nurtured and developed. My military training had taught me that true strategic success isn't about overwhelming force. It's about understanding the entire system, identifying vulnerabilities, and applying precise, targeted interventions. They think they can suppress innovation, I told Jennifer during one of our strategy sessions. But innovation cannot be contained. It finds a way. The legal summons was more than a corporate challenge. It was an opportunity to demonstrate the true value of technological expertise, of experience, of understanding complexity. Trevor had tried to dismiss me as obsolete, but obsolescence is a choice, and I had chosen something different. Innovation is not about age, it's about vision. It's about understanding challenges that others cannot see. It's about persistence. The next chapter was about to begin. The federal courthouse in downtown San Diego resembled a modern fortress of glass and steel. Inside, our legal battle against Horizon Dynamics was about to enter its most critical phase. Years of technological innovation, decades of professional experience would be distilled into a series of technical arguments and legal strategies. Harold Mitchell adjusted his glasses, the leather of his vintage briefcase worn smooth by years of high-stakes patent litigation. "This isn't just about a patent," he whispered to me. "This is about defining the future of technological innovation." Jennifer had spent weeks preparing our technical documentation. Thousands of pages of research, testing logs, potential application models, each document a testament to the depth and breadth of our quantum stabilization technology. She looked different today. Gone was the hesitant researcher. In her place sat a confident technical expert who understood the true value of our innovation. The courtroom felt like a battlefield of a different kind. Corporate attorneys in perfectly pressed suits sat on the opposite side, led by a team of lawyers who looked like they had been bred in corporate boardrooms. Trevor Hartley sat behind them, his expensive watch and designer suit a stark contrast to the technical complexity of the case. Colonel Michael Ramirez had provided critical supporting documentation from DARPA. Military research reports that demonstrated the revolutionary potential of our quantum stabilization technology. Each page was a strategic weapon, showing how our innovation solved fundamental technological challenges that traditional approaches could not address. Robert Hartley Sr. sat in the back of the courtroom. Unlike his son, he understood that technological innovation wasn't about quarterly reports or superficial modernization. It was about solving fundamental challenges that others overlooked. The first witness was Dr. Elena Rodriguez from MIT. Her testimony was a masterclass in technical expertise. She systematically dismantled Horizon Dynamics arguments, demonstrating the unique, innovative approach embedded in our quantum stabilization technology. "This isn't just an incremental improvement," she testified, her voice clear and authoritative. "This is a fundamental reimagining of how we approach technological stabilization across multiple domains." My mind drifted to the origins of this technology, not in a pristine laboratory, but in the harsh realities of military communication challenges. Each breakthrough had been born of necessity, of finding solutions where others saw only impossible obstacles. Douglas Reinhardt had been quietly building a network of support. Technology investors, research institutions, industry experts, all were watching the proceedings with increasing interest. This was more than a patent dispute. This was a referendum on the nature of technological innovation. Trevor's legal team attempted to portray our technology as outdated, as a relic of past engineering approaches, but each of their arguments was systematically dismantled by our expert witnesses, by the comprehensive documentation we had prepared. Jennifer's research revealed a devastating truth. The technological assets Trevor was so casually dismantling represented millions in potential innovation. Medical robotics, aerospace communication, advanced manufacturing, each domain represented a potential breakthrough that was being systematically destroyed. The cross-examination was intense. Corporate attorneys tried to paint me as an outdated engineer, clinging to past technologies. But my military background, my decades of practical engineering experience, provided a robust defense. Innovation is not about age, I testified. It's about understanding fundamental challenges. It's about solving problems that others cannot see. Robert Hartley Sr. provided crucial testimony about the company's technological history. He revealed how the quantum stabilization technology had been a cornerstone of Horizon Dynamics' original innovative approach. "My son doesn't understand," he said, his voice laden with disappointment. "Technology is not a commodity to be managed. It's an ecosystem to be nurtured." The legal battle exposed more than just a patent dispute. It revealed a fundamental conflict between two approaches to technological innovation. Trevor represented a world of spreadsheets and quick fixes. We represented an approach rooted in deep understanding, in solving fundamental challenges. Douglas brought in additional expert witnesses. Technology investors, research leaders, engineering experts all testified to the revolutionary potential of our quantum stabilization technology. "This is more than a patent," one expert testified. "This is a technological platform that could transform multiple industries." The courtroom became a battleground of ideas, traditional corporate approach versus innovative technological thinking, short-term gains versus long-term innovation. My phone became a strategic communication device. Conversations with researchers, government contacts, potential investors, each interaction built a more comprehensive understanding of our technological potential. Trevor looked increasingly uncomfortable. The confident corporate executive was slowly being revealed as someone who fundamentally misunderstood technological innovation. As the day progressed, the true stakes became clear. This wasn't just about a patent. This was about defining the future of technological innovation, about proving that experience matters, that true innovation has no age limit. The quantum stabilization technology represented more than a legal document. It was a testament to human ingenuity, to the power of persistence, to the belief that breakthrough solutions come from understanding complexity. The next chapter was about to unfold. The verdict would change everything, not just for me, not just for Horizon Dynamics, but for an entire approach to technological innovation. Federal Judge Marianne Chen reviewed the extensive documentation with a methodical precision that reminded me of my best military briefings. Her chambers were lined with technical journals, patent law references, and a lifetime of understanding the delicate balance between corporate interests and technological innovation. "This case," she began during her preliminary remarks, "represents more than a simple patent dispute. This is about the fundamental nature of technological progress." Jennifer had prepared a comprehensive timeline. Every breakthrough, every technical challenge, every moment of innovation was meticulously documented. What began as a defensive strategy had transformed into a powerful narrative of technological resilience. Robert Hartley Sr. had become an unexpected ally. His testimony revealed the internal dynamics of Horizon Dynamics, exposing Trevor's systematic dismantling of the company's technological infrastructure. "My son sees technology as a commodity," Robert testified, "but true innovation is an ecosystem. It requires nurturing, understanding, patience. The DARPA connections proved crucial. Colonel Michael Ramirez had compiled a confidential report demonstrating the strategic potential of our quantum stabilization technology. Military communication systems, advanced medical robotics, aerospace engineering, each domain represented a potential revolutionary breakthrough. Douglas Reinhardt had been quietly building a network of support. Venture capitalists, technology investors, research institutions, all were watching the proceedings with growing interest. This was more than a legal battle. This was a referendum on the future of technological innovation. My military background had prepared me for precisely this type of strategic challenge. Breaking down complex systems, identifying core vulnerabilities, creating targeted interventions, these were skills honed through years of service. Trevor's legal team looked increasingly desperate. Their arguments, once confident, now seemed like desperate attempts to protect a fundamentally flawed approach to technological management. Experience is not obsolescence, I had testified earlier. Innovation is not about age. It's about understanding. Fundamental challenges that others cannot see, the courtroom became a microcosm of a larger technological debate. Traditional corporate approaches versus deep, experience-driven innovation. Short-term financial gains versus long-term technological potential. Jennifer's research had uncovered a devastating reality. The technological assets Trevor was dismantling represented millions in potential innovation. Medical robotics, aerospace communication, advanced manufacturing, each domain represented a potential breakthrough being systematically destroyed. Harold Mitchell's legal strategy was a masterpiece of precision. Each document, each expert testimony, was carefully calibrated to expose the fundamental flaws in Horizon Dynamics' approach. They're not just fighting a patent, Harold explained during a strategy session. They're fighting against the very idea of technological expertise. The quantum stabilization technology represented more than a technical innovation. It was a platform that could transform multiple industries. Each technical specification was a potential solution to complex challenges that traditional approaches could not address. My phone became a strategic communication device. Conversations with researchers, government contacts, potential investors, each interaction built a more comprehensive understanding of our technological potential. Robert Hartley Sr. provided crucial insider perspective. He revealed how Trevor's approach was systematically destroying the technological capabilities that had made Horizon Dynamics successful. My son sees numbers, Robert testified. But technology is about solving human challenges. It's about creating solutions that transform lives. The expert witnesses were a formidable team. Dr. Elena Rodriguez from MIT, technical experts from multiple research institutions. Each testimony systematically dismantled Trevor's arguments. This is not just an incremental improvement, Dr. Rodriguez testified. This is a fundamental reimagining of technological stabilization across multiple domains. Douglas brought in additional resources, venture capital connections, technology investors who saw the broader potential of our approach. Each meeting revealed more about the revolutionary potential of our technology. Trevor looked increasingly uncomfortable. The confident corporate executive was being revealed as someone who fundamentally misunderstood the nature of technological innovation. The legal battle exposed a fundamental conflict. Trevor represented a world of spreadsheets and quick fixes. We represented an approach rooted in deep understanding, in solving fundamental challenges that others could not see. Colonel Ramirez's DARPA documentation was particularly compelling. Military research reports demonstrated how our quantum stabilization technology solved communication challenges that had plagued systems for decades. "This is more than a patent," one expert testified. "This is a technological platform that could transform multiple industries." As the proceedings continued, the true stakes became increasingly clear. This wasn't just about a patent. This was about defining the future of technological innovation, about proving that experience matters, that true innovation has no age limit. The quantum stabilization technology represented more than a legal document. It was a testament to human ingenuity, to the power of persistence, to the belief that breakthrough solutions come from understanding complexity. Judge Chen's final remarks would determine everything, not just the fate of a patent, but the very approach to technological innovation. The next chapter was about to unfold. The verdict arrived on a crisp Wednesday morning, not with a thunderous announcement, but with the quiet precision of a well-calibrated scientific instrument. Judge Marianne Chen's ruling was a comprehensive deconstruction of Horizon Dynamics' attempt to suppress technological innovation. Her 87-page document was more than a legal decision. It was a manifesto on the true nature of technological progress. "Innovation," she wrote in her opening statement, "is not a commodity to be managed. It is an ecosystem to be nurtured, understood, and respected." The implications were immediate and far-reaching. Our quantum stabilization technology was not just protected, it was validated as a fundamental technological breakthrough. Douglas Reinhardt called within minutes of the ruling. Venture capital firms, technology investors, and research institutions were already mobilizing. What had begun as a defensive legal strategy was transforming into a massive technological opportunity. "We're looking at a potential $450 million market opportunity," Douglas said, his voice a mixture of excitement and professional calculation. "Multiple industries are already reaching out." Jennifer had been preparing for this moment. Comprehensive research documents, potential application models, technical specifications, each became a strategic asset. Medical robotics, aerospace, engineering, advanced manufacturing. Each domain represented a potential revolutionary breakthrough. Robert Hartley Sr. arrived at our temporary office, a converted warehouse that now served as our strategic headquarters. The irony was not lost on either of us. We were building something new from the remnants of what Trevor had tried to destroy. "My son never understood," Robert said, examining the initial partnership proposals that were already flooding in. "Technology isn't about quarterly reports. It's about solving fundamental human challenges." The DARPA connections proved to be a critical breakthrough. Colonel Michael Ramirez had been quietly building support within military research circles. Our quantum stabilization technology was now being viewed as a potential national strategic asset. "Communication systems have been looking for this type of breakthrough for decades," Ramirez explained during a secure video conference. "This is more than a patent. This is a technological platform that could redefine multiple sectors." Trevor Hartley's response was predictable. Legal challenges, desperate attempts to undermine our credibility. But the foundation we had built was too solid, too comprehensive to be easily dismantled. Harold Mitchell had been preparing for this moment. A series of strategic partnerships, carefully negotiated intellectual property agreements, potential collaborative research opportunities. Each document was a strategic weapon. "We're not just defending a patent," Harold explained. "We're establishing a new paradigm of technological innovation." My military background provided a unique perspective, breaking down complex systems, identifying core vulnerabilities, creating targeted interventions. These were skills honed through years of service. Now, we were applying those same skills to technological innovation. Jennifer had reached out to our network of former Horizon Dynamics employees. Many had been waiting for this moment, a chance to be part of something truly transformative. This isn't about revenge, I told each of them. This is about building something that matters. The first partnership came from an unexpected source. A leading medical robotics research center in Boston wanted to integrate our quantum stabilization technology into next-generation surgical systems. Precision that could save lives. This was the true measure of innovation. Douglas brought in additional resources, connections with research universities, government agencies, private technology firms, all expressing interest in collaborative development. We're looking at a technological platform, one research director told us, not just a patent. My phone became a strategic communication device. Conversations with researchers, government contacts, potential investors. Each interaction revealed more about our technological potential. Trevor's attempts to undermine our credibility became increasingly desperate. Corporate press releases, attempted legal challenges, public relations campaigns, each failed more spectacularly than the last. The quantum stabilization technology represented more than a technical innovation. It was a platform that could transform multiple industries. Each technical specification was a potential solution to complex challenges that traditional approaches could not address. Robert Hartley Sr. provided crucial strategic guidance. His decades of technological leadership offered insights that went beyond legal documentation. Innovation is about vision, he told me during one strategy session, about seeing possibilities where others see limitations. The expert witnesses who had supported us during the legal battle became our first collaborative partners. Dr. Elena Rodriguez from MIT was particularly enthusiastic about the potential applications. This is a fundamental reimagining of technological stabilization, she explained during a research strategy meeting. We're not just improving existing systems, we're creating an entirely new approach. DARPA's documentation revealed even more potential. Military communication systems, advanced aerospace technologies, precision engineering, each domain represented a potential breakthrough. Some technologies, Colonel Ramirez said, change everything. As the initial partnerships took shape, we were doing more than developing a technology. We were creating a new approach to innovation, an approach that valued experience, understood complexity, and saw technological challenges as opportunities. Trevor had tried to dismiss me as obsolete, but obsolescence is a choice, and we had chosen something different. Innovation is not about age. It's about vision. It's about understanding challenges that others cannot see. It's about persistence. The next chapter was about to begin. 1 year after the legal victory, our technological platform had transformed from a defensive patent to a revolutionary innovation ecosystem. The converted warehouse in San Diego had become more than an office. It was a beacon of technological possibility. Jennifer stood at the central workstation, surrounded by a team of engineers who represented the best of multiple generations. Young programmers worked alongside veteran researchers, a living testament to our philosophy of collaborative innovation. The first major breakthrough came from an unexpected sector. A leading medical robotics research center in Boston had integrated our quantum stabilization technology into surgical precision systems. Early clinical trials showed a 327% improvement in microsurgical precision for complex neurological procedures. Colonel Michael Ramirez arrived with a classified DARPA report that would have been impossible to imagine a year ago. Military communication systems were being completely redesigned around our technological framework. Satellite communications, field communication equipment, advanced tactical systems, each domain represented a potential transformation. This is beyond what we originally anticipated, Ramirez explained, spreading classified documents across the conference table. Your technology solves communication challenges we've been struggling with for decades. Douglas Reinhardt had been strategic in building our partnership network. Venture capital firms that had initially been cautious were now competing to be involved with our technological platform. Each investment brought new resources, new perspectives, new possibilities. Robert Hartley Sr. had become more than an advisor. He was a strategic partner who understood the deeper implications of our work. Innovation isn't about the technology, he would often say. It's about the problems you can solve. Trevor Hartley had disappeared from the technological landscape. Horizon Dynamics, once a promising technology firm, was now struggling with the consequences of its short-sighted approach. Multiple key clients had begun shifting their contracts to our new research platform. Harold Mitchell had transformed our legal strategy into a comprehensive intellectual property ecosystem. Each patent, each collaborative agreement was carefully crafted to protect our innovation while allowing for maximum technological flexibility. Jennifer had been particularly brilliant in building our research infrastructure. She recruited a diverse team of engineers, researchers, and innovators who represented the best of multiple generations. Young programmers worked alongside veteran researchers, challenging existing technological paradigms. The quantum stabilization technology had become more than a patent. It was a technological platform that could transform multiple industries. Medical robotics, aerospace engineering, advanced manufacturing. Each domain represented a potential revolutionary breakthrough. Dr. Elena Rodriguez from MIT had become a key collaborative partner. Her research team was exploring applications we hadn't even considered when we first developed the technology. This is why innovation matters, she told me during a research strategy meeting. We're not just improving existing systems. We're creating possibilities that didn't exist before. Our first major international conference presentation was a watershed moment. Researchers, technology leaders, and industry experts from around the world came to understand the depth of our technological approach. The presentation wasn't just about technical specifications. It was about a new approach to technological innovation. An approach that valued experience, understood complexity, and saw technological challenges as opportunities. Douglas brought in additional resources. Connections with research universities, government agencies, private technology firms, all expressing interest in collaborative development. Each partnership expanded our technological possibilities. My military background continued to inform our approach. Breaking down complex systems, identifying core vulnerabilities, creating targeted interventions, these were skills that translated perfectly to technological innovation. The team we had built was our greatest achievement. Engineers who had been dismissed by Trevor, young researchers hungry for breakthrough opportunities, veteran researchers with decades of experience, all working together as a unified innovation ecosystem. Funding was no longer a challenge. Venture capital firms, government research grants, private sector investments, each brought new resources and possibilities. But we were careful. Each investment was evaluated not just for financial potential, but for its alignment with our core innovation philosophy. Colonel Ramirez's DARPA documentation revealed even more potential. Military communication systems, advanced aerospace technologies, precision engineering, each domain represented a potential breakthrough that could save lives, improve human capabilities, solve fundamental challenges. The personal stories became our most powerful narrative. a surgeon using our technology to perform a previously impossible neurological procedure, a military communication team maintaining critical contact in extreme conditions, an aerospace engineer pushing the boundaries of what was possible. Robert Hartley Sr. would often reflect on the journey. "My son saw technology as a commodity," he would say, "but technology is about solving human challenges. It's about creating solutions that transform lives." Trevor had tried to dismiss me as obsolete, but obsolescence is a choice, and we had chosen something different. Innovation is not about age, it's about vision. It's about understanding challenges that others cannot see. It's about persistence. As I looked out over our research facility, watching the team work, young and veteran researchers side by side, I realized we had done more than create a technological platform. We had created a new approach to innovation. The next chapter was about to begin. 2 years after our technological breakthrough, the world had changed. Our quantum stabilization platform had become more than a technological innovation. It had become a global catalyst for reimagining what was possible. The United Nations Science and Technology Summit in Geneva became our most significant international moment. Researchers, government leaders, and technology innovators from 47 countries gathered to understand the depth of our technological approach. Dr. Elena Rodriguez presented our latest research findings. Her presentation wasn't just a technical report, it was a manifesto on the future of technological innovation. Each slide revealed how our quantum stabilization technology was solving challenges across multiple domains: medical precision, aerospace communication, advanced manufacturing. Colonel Michael Ramirez stood beside her, representing the military's perspective. DARPA's classified reports had become public, demonstrating how our technology had transformed military communication systems in ways no one had previously imagined. Jennifer had been the architectural genius behind our continued innovation. She had built a research ecosystem that continually challenged existing technological paradigms. Young researchers worked alongside veteran engineers, creating a collaborative environment that defied traditional corporate structures. The medical breakthrough came from a research hospital in Boston. Neurosurgeons using our quantum stabilization technology could now perform microsurgical procedures with unprecedented precision. Patients who would have been considered inoperable were now receiving life-changing treatments. Aerospace engineering had been completely transformed. Satellite communication systems, previously limited by electromagnetic interference and precision challenges, now operated with a level of stability that seemed almost impossible. Robert Hartley Sr. had become our philosophical compass. "Innovation isn't about technology," he would tell young researchers. "It's about solving human challenges. It's about seeing possibilities where others see limitations." Douglas Reinhardt managed our expanding network of partnerships: research universities, government agencies, private technology firms. Each collaboration expanded our technological possibilities, but we were selective. Each partnership was evaluated not just for financial potential, but for its ability to solve fundamental human challenges. Trevor Hartley had become a cautionary tale in technological circles. Horizon Dynamics, once a promising technology firm, was now struggling, having lost multiple key contracts and top talent. Harold Mitchell had transformed our legal strategy into a comprehensive intellectual property ecosystem. Each patent, each collaborative agreement was carefully crafted to protect our innovation while allowing for maximum technological flexibility. The global impact was becoming increasingly clear. In remote medical clinics, in advanced research laboratories, in military communication centers, our technology was creating possibilities that didn't exist before. A surgical team in rural India could now perform precision procedures previously impossible. A military communication unit could maintain critical contact in extreme electromagnetic environments. An aerospace engineer could design systems that pushed the boundaries of human technological capabilities. Our research facility had become more than a technology company. It was an innovation ecosystem that challenged every traditional approach to technological development. The team we had built was our greatest achievement. Engineers who had been dismissed by Trevor, young researchers hungry for breakthrough opportunities, veteran researchers with decades of experience, all working together as a unified innovation platform. Dr. Rodriguez's research team had begun exploring applications we hadn't even considered when we first developed the technology. "This is the true nature of innovation," she would say. "Not just improving existing systems, but creating entirely new possibilities." Colonel Ramirez brought documentation from multiple military research centers, communication systems, tactical technologies, precision engineering. Each domain represented a potential breakthrough that could save lives, improve human capabilities, solve fundamental challenges. Funding was no longer a challenge. Venture capital firms, government research grants, private sector investments, each brought new resources and possibilities, but we remained true to our core philosophy. Each investment was evaluated for its potential to create meaningful technological solutions. The personal stories became our most powerful narrative. A surgeon performing a previously impossible neurological procedure. A military communication team maintaining critical contact in extreme conditions. An aerospace engineer pushing the boundaries of technological possibility. International recognition followed. The Global Technology Innovation Award, the Humanitarian Technology Prize, recognition that went beyond financial success, acknowledgement of our fundamental approach to solving human challenges. Robert Hartley Sr. would reflect on our journey. "My son saw technology as a commodity," he would say, "but technology is about solving human challenges. It's about creating solutions that transform lives." Trevor had tried to dismiss me as obsolete, but obsolescence is a choice, and we had chosen something different. Innovation is not about age, it's about vision. It's about understanding challenges that others cannot see. It's about persistence. As I stood in our research facility, watching the team work, young and veteran, researchers side by side, I realized we had done more than create a technological platform. We had created a new approach to innovation. The quantum stabilization technology had become a global symbol of what's possible when experience meets innovation, when technological expertise is valued beyond age or corporate hierarchy. Our journey wasn't just about a patent. It was about proving that true innovation has no boundaries, that experience matters, that persistence transforms possibilities. The next chapter was about to begin. 3 years after our technological breakthrough, the world had become a testament to the power of persistent innovation. Our journey from a dismissed patent to a global, technological platform had become more than a personal victory. It had become a movement. The International Technology Innovation Conference in Tokyo marked our most significant global moment. Researchers, government leaders, and technological innovators from 62 countries gathered to understand the deeper implications of our quantum stabilization technology. My reflection began with a simple truth. Innovation is not about age. It's about vision. It's about understanding challenges that others cannot see. Jennifer stood beside me, presenting our latest research findings. She had transformed from a hesitant researcher to a global technological leader. The team we had built represented a perfect fusion of experience and youthful innovation, veteran engineers working alongside brilliant young researchers, challenging every existing technological paradigm. Robert Hartley Sr. watched from the front row, a quiet smile of vindication spreading across his face. His belief in technological innovation had been fully validated. The medical breakthroughs had become increasingly profound. Neurosurgical procedures that were once considered impossible were now routine. In remote hospitals across Africa and Asia, our technology was saving lives, providing precision where previous limitations meant certain failure. Colonel Michael Ramirez presented classified DARPA documentation that revealed the depth of our technological impact. Military communication systems, tactical technologies, aerospace engineering, each domain had been fundamentally transformed by our approach. Douglas Reinhardt managed our expanding global network of partnerships. Research universities, government, agencies, private technology firms. Each collaboration expanded our technological possibilities, but we remained true to our core philosophy. Each partnership was evaluated not just for financial potential, but for its ability to solve fundamental human challenges. Trevor Hartley had become a footnote in technological history. Horizon Dynamics, the company that had once dismissed our innovation, was now a cautionary tale taught in business schools. A prime example of how short-sighted corporate thinking destroys technological potential. Harold Mitchell had transformed our legal strategy into a comprehensive intellectual property ecosystem. Each patent, each collaborative agreement was carefully crafted to protect our innovation while allowing for maximum technological flexibility. The global impact continued to expand. In remote medical clinics, advanced research laboratories, military communication centers, our technology was creating possibilities that didn't exist before. Dr. Elena Rodriguez's research team had begun exploring applications we hadn't even conceived when we first developed the technology. This is the true nature of innovation, she would say, not just improving existing systems, but creating entirely new possibilities. Our research facility had become more than a technology company. It was an innovation ecosystem that challenged every traditional approach to technological development. International recognition had become a consistent backdrop to our work. The Global Humanitarian Technology Prize, the United Nations Innovation Excellence Award, recognition that went beyond financial success, acknowledgement of our fundamental approach to solving human challenges. I thought about the journey, about the moment Trevor had tried to dismiss me, about the years of experience that corporate culture had deemed obsolete, about the persistent belief that true innovation knows no age, no limitation. The personal stories remained our most powerful narrative. A surgeon performing a previously impossible neurological procedure, a military communication team maintaining critical contact in extreme conditions, an aerospace engineer pushing the boundaries of technological possibility. As I prepared to address the international conference, I realized our journey was about more than technological innovation. It was about challenging fundamental assumptions, about proving that experience matters, that persistence transforms possibilities. To those watching this story, whether you're a young innovator or an experienced professional feeling overlooked, remember this: your value is not determined by your age. It's determined by your vision, your persistence, your ability to see possibilities where others see only limitations. Innovation is a journey, not a destination. If you're feeling dismissed, overlooked, or pushed aside, this is your reminder. Your experience matters. Your vision matters. Your persistence matters. This is more than a story about a patent. This is a story about human potential. To all the innovators out there, keep pushing, keep believing. Your breakthrough is waiting. And to our incredible audience, if this story inspired you, if it reminded you of your own potential, Do me one favor, hit that subscribe button. Share this story with someone who needs to hear it, because your journey of innovation is just beginning. Thank you.